Well, Shep, you may be able to hear behind me. There's people beginning to gather outside the courthouse, awaiting this verdict and demanding justice for George Floyd. Here in the city of Minneapolis, so much anxiety, anticipation, and action. Some of that action is business owners boarding up doors and windows as 3,000 National Guard troops and more than 100 law enforcement officers from nearby states are on standby for possible social unrest related to this verdict. The governor of Minnesota calling for peace, but saying the additional officers are here in the event of lawlessness.
We must protect life and property, but we also must understand very clearly, if we don't listen to those communities in pain and those people on the streets, many of whom were arrested for speaking a fundamental truth, that we must change or we will be right back here again.
Our children are watching us in this moment right now. And we have to ask ourselves, how are we going to respond?
So children not just watching, but also demanding justice. Minneapolis students walking out of class, gathering and holding signs in memory of George Floyd and Dante Wright, a black man killed by a police officer in a nearby community just over a week ago. Local civil rights leaders are calling for a conviction in this high-profile case and much more.
We want justice, right? And that's not just Officer Chauvin or former Officer Chauvin being convicted, but justice looks like black people being able to live with human dignity, right? Justice goes beyond this case, because even in the middle of this case, Dante Wright was murdered, which shows that none of us are safe here.
And cities around the nation are on alert. In Philadelphia, they've already called in the National Guard. More than $1 billion in property damage was done in the wake of George Floyd's killing. So many cities worried about what could be next. The White House on record supporting First Amendment rights, but saying those protests and demonstrations should remain peaceful. And President Joe Biden himself expected to address the nation after we find out this verdict. Shep?
Frank, the judge also addressed some comments made by Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
Yeah, the Congresswoman saying that protesters need to get more confrontational. The judge addressing that after closing arguments. Take a listen.
I wish elected officials would stop talking about this case, especially in a manner that is disrespectful to the rule of law and to the judicial branch and our function. Their failure to do so, I think, is abhorrent.
And the judge making it clear he feels like there should be separation between lawmakers and the judicial branch, and saying comments like those could potentially fuel an appeal. Shep?
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.